At Kroger, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in-store. So you can save when you order during band practice, or at the dog park, or wherever. Start your cart with the Kroger app and save from wherever today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply. Subject to availability.
Choose from a great selection of digital coupons and use them up to 5 times in one transaction. Check our app for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power. And your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with autopay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Hello, and welcome back to the Fraudcast. Sorry, it's been really long. It's been like 3 weeks or something since we put out an episode, and I apologize for that. It's my fault. I was sick, all kinds of things. I went down to visit baby Frauded in college last weekend, and he goes to Virginia Tech, and they have this thing called the Hokey Plague, which is, everybody getting sick in the dorms and stuff. And he had that. And I think I picked something up from him. So this whole week I've been like, ugh.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Is that a new thing with kids or?
No, I think it's just, especially.
I never got sick moving in my dorm. So I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah. I always got sick like at the end of finals and things like that. Like my body would like get me through the stress and then collapse. But like everybody has this like Hokey Plague or whatever. And like, my kid hasn't gotten it like completely because he's not like, he hasn't gone down for the count, but he's gotten some of it. But he of course is fully vaccinated against all the things, ever since he was a kid, but I think there's a lot of people in this generation also that weren't vaccinated or maybe, didn't have as much exposure to all the petri dishes. Cause like when the kids are, like in kindergarten and things like that, like in preschool, like they're just snot factories, right? Like they're just constantly this petri dish of germs. So I think he had all of that. I don't know, like his immune system is nice and healthy and robust, and maybe other kids aren't. Maybe, I don't know. Am I reaching here? I don't know.
I think people just, I don't get in close proximity to people. So
yeah, I try not
That's
to.
probably why I didn't get sick. I don't really do people.
Yeah, I try not to as well, but I think it was that week. It's the only real contact with other people that I had. So
yeah, I mean, you're mixing a lot of stuff. Like his generation should have still gotten vaccines. Like, and to move into the dorms, you have to have a certain list of vaccinations to even get in. So that probably isn't it. I think they're probably just all germy people.
Yeah, lots of germs. Well, I don't know. Also, I mean, I've been, 2 years of being essentially quarantined, right? With, and gloves and it's hand sanitizer and all this stuff, not gloves, masks and all this stuff. So it's like I didn't get all the normal sickies that are out there in the world. And then like I went out into the world and then I got the sickies and I was like, this is why I don't want to go out into the world. I want to stay here, stay in my little cocoon. Right. In any case, how are you?
Can you imagine if you were a sister wife? Though I know that's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
But they're all in school. Can you imagine the hurricane of like, I'd be like, you guys need to stay in your own house for the first month. I don't want your kids in my house.
I know. Like, oh no. And we'll talk about this because it's, they blame COVID or Cody blames COVID on everything. But like that was a lot of the rules about Cody, that Cody had about COVID and all this stuff, right? Like that's like, that was like basis for conflict for the family, right? And so like some of them got really sick and some of them didn't, but it's I don't gross. In any case, so we are going to cover Sister Wives. We're just trying to branch out some, because of 90 Day is kind of, I'm at a place with it where it's kind of run its course for me right now, and I need it to be fresh and new again for me to be into it right now. And I'm really still enjoying the UK, and we will continue to follow that on the show. We'll do episodes about that, but we are we watch Sister Wives, and we have to cover this new season of Sister Wives. So this is season 17 of Sister Wives on TLC, and I was been an on again, off again Sister Wives binger, right? Like over the years, I've, there's certain seasons where I've completely binged them, and then other seasons where I didn't watch at all, and then I came back to it. It was always, every time I come back, no matter what season, whatever it is, they were always moving, and Robin was always crying. And
it was always the same dilemma. I skipped a couple seasons and did the recaps, and it was the same dilemma. We're moving. There's this crisis. We got to spend 3 episodes. There's this shakeup.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's always something with real estate and crisis with
yes,
where they're going to live.
Real estate.
It's always like how they're housing, and then Robin's always crying about something.
Right.
So what we saw at the end of season 16. I've been watching it pretty regularly, pretty religiously for the last couple of seasons now. And so I've been watching this. What we saw was Christine and Cody's marriage unraveling over the last season, right? So at the end of season 16 is like the big bombshell is Christine is actually leaving Cody, right?
Yeah.
So that was like how the last season ended. They had this great tell-all. I've been playing bingo with some friends. You guys, I highly recommend playing Sister Wives bingo. But this season, we tried to sit down and watch it, but the episodes were so compelling on other stuff that the normal stuff that we watch it for, all the Stark, was different. It was completely different. And so I was like, holy shit. So that's part of why. So Hannah, Kyle, and I were talking about the show. We're like, yes, we have to cover this. And I actually did something a little different with this, is that I actually took notes. So I watched the episode, and then I just watched it straight through. And then I watched it again later, like this. I rewatched this last night, and I took notes on it. Now I can't be held responsible necessarily for the quality of my notes, but I'm trying. It's actually kind of a recap. I kind of wrote a recap on it, but in my own weird, twisted way. So I'm going to try this. We're going to see how it works. I don't know, but stick with us, and we'll just talk about the first episode. So, so I have here, okay, so we have the recap where they're recapping the end of the last season, basically, where it's like this COVID chaos, the nanny, Christine saying intimate marriage a bunch of times, and then Cody sad about his boxes. That's what we saw. This episode, which is called It's Over.
How original.
I know, right? Opens with Christine explaining to that she had told him that she didn't want him to Cody. She didn't want him to stay with her in her bedroom. He had told her he didn't want an intimate marriage with her anymore. She's like, okay, fine, then get the fuck out of my bed. And then him reacting like a complete and total bitch.
Well, she's like, I'm not going to lay next to someone who doesn't want to fucking touch me. And Cody shouldn't want to lay with someone who he doesn't want to touch. Go sleep on the couch.
Right.
Don't even come over.
Well, then that's what Robin tells him, but that's a whole other.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So then Christine gets all boss lady vibes when she's talking about how happy she is claiming her own space. And I totally get that vibe, right? Like I 100% am like, I get you, girl. Like you got to do that, right? You claim your space. This is mine. Fuck you. This is just me, right? And then Cody's still whining. He whines about his boxes, and then he blames COVID for everything. Then they show Robin and her unblended eyeshadow, or like all say, poor Cody, poor Cody. Then you have Mary, Mary, with her rocker blue LuLaRoe like jacket thing. I'm not sure what she's wearing. She also blames COVID because she holds out hope that one day Cody will remember that she actually exists. And then Cody goes over to Robin's Robin's luau on her couch. She's wearing this like shirt, this like Hawaiian print, like bright colored shirt, and she's sitting on these red leather couches. I'm like, okay, Robin. And tells so Cody goes over to Robin and tells her that what's her face name kicked him out, and Robin says, go the fuck away, go work it out with her, go sleep on her couch, like that's your time with her, go do it. And he gets all mad. I don't want to be sexist, but why does the men have to go to the couch? It's my room too. You know, it's my
why
room
does the man
too.
have to go to the couch? I'd be like, 'cause I'm not sleeping on the couch in my own home.
But then he's like, it's my house too.
Dude, he uses it as a fucking Airbnb. Like, get out of here.
Right. You know, and it's like, no, it's not. She kicked your ass out ever since you called her fat and ugly on your wedding day. Like, stop. Like, he's been not liking her since day one. I don't, you know. And then we go back to Robin, and her eyebrows tell us that plural marriage is unfair to women, and also water is wet. News at 11. Tells Cody to go sleep on her couch. Apparently when I was writing my notes, I'm just like writing as, okay, the next scene. I'm just like writing it, you know what I mean? It doesn't make coherent sense necessarily. So Cody is then, he's still over at Robin's, and he's still pouting on Robin's red leather couches that I'm sure the nanny cleans. And I don't want to know what Robin and Cody do on those leather red couches.
Whatever it is, it's easily wipe offable. Who says leather? It's probably like that, you know.
Or it's fake leather. It's something, but it does. It looks like it like nude wet skin on that is not going to be comfortable though. Like, could you imagine?
Whatever they're into. I honestly think that like Robin has to do things that the other wives don't.
Sexually, you think?
Anyway. I think
she willingly does it, you think?
I don't think it's like a punishment or anything. I just think like, you know, maybe she's more explorative.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, I guess like on par with looks, they're all kind of like the same. The other ones are just older. So is it because she's younger or
the new young thing? Well, that's what everybody said the first season when she got brought into the family, right? That was like the sentiment from day one. And as the sentiment we'll see as the wives talk about it.
But he didn't go and find like a bombshell, and that may not be his type. Like, I guess there has to be more to it, because I don't know. Let's Cody's just
okay.
I don't know. I just wonder like why she has this like fucking hold over his mind. I don't get it.
Maybe she's got that vortex pussy.
Oh my God. She's like, I had it renovated for you.
Oh my God. Can you tote it, but you just need an egg? Or maybe you have all the eggs. Do you even know what your ovarian reserve is? Did you know that 1 out of 6 couples struggle with infertility? Seriously, that's a staggering statistic that most people don't know or aren't ready to talk about. But we need good data and information about our bodies in order to have informed conversations with our doctors and make the best decisions for ourselves and our futures. What if I told you that you could get important fertility insight without going to the doctor or even leaving home? The traditional guidance with fertility has been just wait and see. I know, I've been through it myself. There's got to be a better way. But now we have tools to help us plan for and track everything in our lives. Wellness, finances, careers, school. Why is fertility still just wait and see? That's why Modern Fertility was created. It's an easy and affordable way to test your fertility hormones at home with a simple finger prick. Mail it in with a prepaid label and you'll get your personalized results within 10 days. You'll get insight into your hormone levels, your ovarian reserve, aka how many eggs you have compared to other women your age. Like, can you tote your own egg or do you need somebody else's egg? And other really important fertility factors. The results go deep into what every hormone means, and you can also download the results to review with your doctor for the next steps. Traditional testing can cost over $1,000, but Modern Fertility gets you the same information at a fraction of the price. If you go to modernfertility.com/fraudcast, you can get $20 off your test. Also, if you have an HSA or FSA, you can put those dollars towards Modern Fertility, which is great. If you want kids today or maybe one day in the future, clinically sound information about your body now can help you make the right decision that's right for you. Right now, Modern Fertility is offering our listeners $20 off the test when you go to modernfertility.com/fraudcast. That means your test will cost $179 instead of the hundreds or thousands it could cost at a doctor's office. Get $20 off your fertility test when you go to modernfertility.com/fraudcast. That's modernfertility.com/fraudcast. Did you know that 30 million women are impacted by weakened or thinning hair? If you're among them, know that you're not alone and that there is a solution that you can trust to deliver results. Millions of Americans experience thinning hair. It's more than common. It's actually normal, but it's not openly talked about, especially among us women. Going through it can feel lonely and frustrating, but it's time to change that conversation and join the thousands of women who are already standing up for their strands with Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting the 5 root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, and metabolism through whole body health. Nutrafol has 3 unique formulas to support women through all stages of life, including postpartum and menopause. Each formula is physician formulated using natural, drug-free, medical-grade ingredients in consistently effective dosages so you get the most reliable results. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months. Over 3,000 top doctors and stylists have recommended Nutrafol as an effective and high-quality solution for healthier hair. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code FRAUD to save $15 off your first month's subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code FRAUD.
Anyways.
Ooh, well, she's the only one getting any around there, so more power to her. So Cody is basically pouting on the couches, and he's like, he's not gonna give Christine the power to kick him out, essentially, is like the gist of his pout. He's like, why does she get to kick me out? And because she's got personal fucking autonomy and she doesn't want you sleeping in her bed. Go the fuck away.
Right.
Oh
my God.
Okay, so then we go to Janelle's house, where Janelle is on camera and explaining that she has COVID, and explains God, I can't say it. Explains that her sons got it and she doesn't know how she got it. So basically she's acting all surprised that she doesn't know how she got it, when she freely admits that like her kids are big going in and out of the house, they go to work, and we've known this all last season. They weren't following any rules or regulations. I mean, she claims that they were following CDC guidelines, but I don't really think that they were, from what I remember watching last season, when we saw like the boys and what they were doing, and how, going to work and going to their girlfriends and, doing that. Well, we can't keep them locked up all the time. And it's like, well, you actually can, but okay. The rest of us did it. But, so she's acting all surprised that she got it, but they all have it. And so that's that. And then we go back to Christine and Cody at the kitchen table, where Christine tells him that she doesn't want a marriage without having dick, and that his small dick energy gives her the icks anyway, so go away. Basically, right? She's like, I don't like his energy, you know? She's like, I don't want him around me.
Right.
And and then he tells her that he never told her that he didn't want an intimate marriage. And she's like, oh, yeah, you did. And they debate that. And whether he, what he said or what she said, or what the conversation was, when she asked if they would ever have sex again. And I guess he said that he shrugged his shoulders later. And she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be with somebody who just shrugs his shoulders when I'm asking if we're going to ever bone again.
Right. So, or at least has an answer. Like he's just like, sure. He knows he shrugged his shoulders. He did it on purpose because he didn't want to give her a direct answer, because he wanted to have the power over holding sex from her. Mm-hmm. And so he shrugged his shoulders because he wanted to keep her in limbo to see if she would do what he wanted or just whatever. He didn't expect her to say, well, then fuck you, get the fuck out. Right. He didn't expect that. Like, he married a lot of these women and expected weakness from them so that he can feel powerful, because he's really a beta male. Right. Oh, completely. And now he's like upset because he's losing the control he thought he had over women that he mistreated. And I just don't understand. Like, Mary, I think she's just like, I don't fucking care. Mm-hmm. She's like, I don't fucking care. She's like, I'm, making sure that I don't get catfished again. But I think she's doing her own thing. She's fine. Yeah. She's like going to like, retreats, trying peyote, something. She's doing something to find herself. She needs to, because I mean, all she's doing now is like following Cody around like a puppy dog, hoping that he will one day remember that she exists and might one day decide to have, sex with her again. I don't know. Like, no, we come up with that though. They talk about that. They mention this, and I can't remember if it's this episode or the next, but we'll get to that because he brings Mary up too. We had a casualty. Okay, fixed. Getting too animated over here. Yeah. So then she says that she wants to be free, and he says, we've been great since day one. And my own commentary is that even though like he had told her that she was fat and ate nachos like a pig, because we've seen that he has actually said those things to her. Mm-hmm. And so he's not been attracted to her from the get-go. And he actually admits to this a little bit later, which is very, very sad, but because she was so into him. She said she was totally hook, line, and sinker in love with him. And let's see. She said that when she was pregnant with Truly was sort of where it really began to change. And I think that was actually like the first season of Sister Wives. I think that's how we opened the show, was like she was pregnant with Truly. So Robin was coming in, and Robin was coming into the picture at that same time. So coincidence? So when she was pregnant with Truly, he refused to help her. Even she would like be with the kids all day, and she would tend to Janelle's kids because Janelle worked. So Christine took care of her kids and Janelle's kids during the day. And then she went to work at night, and she's pregnant, and she would ask him to go put her kids to bed. And he was like, I'm in a different house, so I can't. But they all lived in the same house. This was when they were in Utah and Lehigh, and they were in that same house where they all had like separate entrances, I think, but it was all basically the same house. Yeah. Right? But so she was like, you're in the same house. You can't just go put your own kids to bed, because no, he couldn't. So that was, I guess, where she recalls it starting. And Cody says that he doesn't remember any of this because, of course, he wasn't paying attention to her or anything she actually said. And he was probably focusing too much on like growing his hair
you know.
Well, he has selective memory, right? He's not going to remember when he wasn't there for his kids.
Which apparently has been the entire...
Who fucking logs that in their memory?
Apparently him, because the next episode we get him telling us that he doesn't like babysitting his own kids. Yeah.
He's a Jovi. Anyways. A babysitter's club.
Babysitter's club. So he couldn't retain anything that that happened back then because he wasn't actually paying attention and he was too busy probably courting Robin at the time. So when Robin exists, what nobody else does. She tells him that he's absent from the kids' lives too, and he's like, "No, I'm not. But I work," and he's like, "I work so much work." He's pulling his yed. I work. Then he has the nerve to say to her, like, or he says in his talking head, like, "What do you do all day? Because it's not cooking and cleaning." He pulls that on her, and
I know.
What tactic is this? What phase of this?
I'd be like, how do you know? You're never here,
right?
Her place looked pretty okay to me.
Yeah. And then he, let's see. So even though she's not the one with a nanny and little kids, whatever. Like, so she's like talking about how they go hiking and kayaking and they do all these things, and he never comes. So, like, anyway. Then he starts gaslighting her. He said he gaslights the hell out of her by saying, "You're blaming me for being turned off by your behavior." So this is where we get into. So now he's admitting that he's not attracted to her,
right?
When he was just denying that he ever saying that. But now he's saying he's admitting that he's not attracted to her and that it's her fault because women, right? And then, so this is where we start to get hints where he's saying that basically she's not nice enough to Robin. And I don't, you're too mean. And that's what turns me off about you.
Is that you're not nice to Robin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she hasn't openly embraced, like, basically being the fucking, I don't know, doormat for other wives, you weren't serving enough. You weren't
right.
There, I guess. And it's just kind of like, is it my job to go out of my way to be there or what?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, she gets along great with Janelle, just not with Robin and Mary as much, but she didn't let that stop her from being part of all this, right? Like, that's not what it was about for her. And he's basically saying, you weren't nice enough to Robin, and that makes me your behavior turns me off, and it's your fault, which is like one of the most gaslighting things ever.
He was just like, you were jealous of a situation that most people would be jealous about. Yeah, right. You aren't banging me, but you bring this person in and you go to town.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously your dick works, just not when you're in my house.
Yeah, because he's not attracted to her. Hey, Fraudcasters. Fall is just around the corner. As the seasons change, now is the perfect time to reset and think about the little changes that you can make in your daily routine to better your health. Care Of is a subscription service that ships high-quality, personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every month. You take a short, fun, in-depth quiz about your lifestyle and health goals, and you get a personalized recommendation. You can choose from their recommendations about what they think is best suited for you, or just take the guesswork completely out of it and just use the results of the quiz. They get shipped to you in these individualized little packs with your name on them that have all your daily vitamins in that one pack, but you don't have to stress about the planet because they are made of plant-based compostable film. So you're doing a good thing, but you still get the individualized packs. And each shipment comes with a customized booklet showing you exactly what was in your individual pack and why it was recommended specifically for you and your health goals. For 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code FRAUDCAST50. That's 50% off your first Care Of order. You go to Take Care Of, spelled TAKECAREOF, CAREOF.com and enter code Fraudcast50. He says that because he paid for all the things in the house, it's his house too. So it's like him, like he pissed all over the place, so therefore it's his. So he gets to claim his territory, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no, that's not how that works. So then she says that she spent their whole marriage trying to be the best wife she could for him, so that he would like her. And he says, except be nice to Robin. Your sister wives. That's what he tells her. Like, you did everything except for this. What? No, you weren't nice enough to them. And then he says that this pisses him right the fuck off, right? Because he had his heart broke by her complaints about plural marriage over the years because she doesn't like being married to him. Mm-hmm. But just now realized that was what the issue was. So she had, so he's like, oh my God, my heart's been broken by her because she hates, she's complained about plural marriage the whole time she's been married. Well,
right.
Maybe she just doesn't like being married to you. And she figured that out. And then he's like, basically like that Christine mothered Janelle's kids, but she's not mothering Robin's kids. So that's why, of course, they had to get the nanny, right? Because Christine wouldn't play her designated role, I guess, with Robin's kids. So then he goes on and tell her that she's been undermining him, which I don't even know where that came from, and that he doesn't treat Queen Robin properly, and that's why he doesn't like her. And then says, she's like, okay, if I have to meet this list of criteria for you to be attracted to me, then I can't be me, and let's just go, let it go. Like I'm not the one for you.
Right.
Which can we talk about this for a minute? Because
sure.
That is so true. That is so true. And I hate that it took her this long to realize that, but I mean, we all, have to figure that out, I guess. But yeah, and this is sort of indicative of what she's been doing this whole episode, right? Is she's just like strong and she's standing up. It's like she can give a clinic on how to like come into your own power and recognize your value. You know what I mean? Like on leaving a marriage, like the way she's sitting here and she's saying all these things that, we've been screaming at the TV for years, and she's finally just realized, and then he's basically like, yeah, I didn't really mean to marry you. Like it was like bad circumstances, but whatever it is, what it is. Like he felt pressured into marrying her because of like
reasons. I
forget the reasons. There was some connection to somebody that he knew and he felt obligated to do it. And she's like, wait, what? I mean, I know. Okay. All right. And she's like, I was hook, line, and sinker, but whatever. So then he gets angry and pathetic, and she's like, I'm done. And he's left standing there like with his thumb up his ass, up Robin's ass, whatever floats your boat on those red leather couches. She tells him that she's not okay with sex a couple times a year, and he's saying, you have to be because plural marriage. And she's like, no, like that's no, like a couple times a year is not plural marriage, and then he goes gaslighter on her again and tells her that her value to him is contingent upon how he feels about how she's treating other people. Mm-hmm. Now, did you guys follow that? Like, because I had to like rewind it a couple times. And so basically that's saying what we've all been saying since season 1, that Robin's a favorite wife, and apparently no one treats Queen Robin the way she deserves to be treated, let alone Christine. And so he's conditioning his love for Christine on how she treats Robin.
Right.
Right.
He's not attracted to her because she isn't
kissing
the model sister wife that he expected.
Right.
Right.
Then he asks her if she wants to be married to him, and she's like, nope, because he asks her, or no, she asks him, do you want to be married to me? And he won't say it. He won't say yes or no. And then he turns it around, do you want to be married to me? And she's like, nope.
Yeah, he didn't have enough bravery because he wants her to say no so they can be like, she's leaving. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to be here anymore. Because if it's on the record that he goes, I don't want to be married to you, then
he has to take ownership and responsibility for it. Yeah. And
so he's making her say it so that he can act like she's leaving.
And she's like, okay, that's fine. I'll do it. I want to be gone. Right. She's like, I've been saying this for the last 4 months. Let me go. And then he changes tactics. And now he goes, oh my God, my kids. He needs access, quote unquote, access to his kids. Even though he's never going to, quote unquote, use that access because he doesn't like his kids, as he explains in the next episode. But we'll get there. Cody's ego keeps telling her that she has to stay here and meaning in Arizona. And if she's going to go out and get remarried, and she can bring that dude here and incorporate him into the family, but you're not going to leave me because, he's a big, strong man. Right.
Right.
And here's little plural wife, whatever plural wife. What was it? Wife? I don't know.
What? Oh.
Words. It's my cold medicine. Sorry, you guys have to forgive me for that. So he keeps telling her that, like, you have to stay here and you can get remarried, but you're not going to leave me. And then,
that was not weird.
Yeah.
You can get remarried and you guys can live here. I'm like, do you want to see who's banging your?
Yeah. Like, did he mean, I thought he meant here, like in Arizona, but not it like that house.
No, I think he meant like you need to still stay in this house. And
oh God, no.
I need to know what you know.
That's probably is what he really thought, though. That is probably what it was. Which is wrong. And she's just like, no. And that tactic doesn't work on her, getting her to change her mind. So he circles back to COVID. So now we go back to blaming COVID, and it's like all these rules that they didn't want to follow, and that's what broke us all up. And she's like, yeah, COVID. During COVID, I realized I didn't need your crunchy ramen ass head, and that she could do it by herself. So then he resorts to name callings, basically saying, "Oh, she lost her faith," right? Which I think for them is like basically saying a woman was on her period, right? Oh, she lost her faith. Oh, she's on her period. I feel like that's like in the same. Like, you just don't do that because women, am I right? So then we see him take a deep breath, and he gets real serious now. And now he goes like, this is his big fear, which I think is hilarious. And he says he's afraid of her remarrying some gold digger that's after the sweet, sweet TLC money. And that because she's in Utah, which is the most unfriendly to polygamist state, that he would lose his kids. Because that's a reasonable leap to make. And she's like laughing.
And she's like, what are you talking? How the fuck would you lose your kids?
Right. And she's like, no, I've never, no. And what she ends up saying later about the kids.
What the problem might be is, did he sign the kid's birth certificate? Does the law know that he's the dad?
Probably.
No.
Yeah.
How are you going to get benefits if you have a spouse?
Well, it doesn't have to be a spouse that's the father of your kids.
No, but you can. I mean, I don't think he signs the birth certificates.
He has to.
He doesn't have to.
He has to be on the birth certificates.
I would really want to know if he's on the birth certificates.
I'm gonna have to find this out.
I don't know if you can find people's birth certificates, but
there's probably an article or something about it.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house.
They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches,
urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound.
It's almost everything that they can do at the ER.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you.
I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond.
It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
At Kroger, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in-store. So you can save when you order during band practice, or at the dog park, or wherever. Start your cart with the Kroger app and save from wherever today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply. Subject to availability.
Choose from a great selection of digital coupons and use them up to 5 times in one transaction. Check our app for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. Football. I'm missing my Bills are playing right now, and so that's Herbalife mate watching. Sounds
like they're doing good, so we're good.
That's good. Yeah, and I mean, I'm upstairs in the studio with soundproofing and a closed door. So, okay, I found a post on Reddit, and I don't know if it's true, but it says. The person asked a question. They're talking about how Cody formally adopts Robin's kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it made the person wonder, like, is the father listed on the birth certificate? Right. And you just randomly remember if Cody's listed or whatever. And somebody said they're not listed on the birth certificate, not so they don't get caught, but so that the mothers. Okay. So there are a lot of times the father's not listed so that the mother can get support and benefits.
That was my point.
Okay. Got it.
So that's why he lists his kids, because he's technically not there.
Got it. So she can get all the benefits, right?
Right.
That's a lot of that kind of like that and like welfare fraud and some of those other things are some of the things that like the feds use to gain access to the fundy guys, the Warren Jeffs clans and all that stuff, right? Like. Right. That's one of the reasons that they're able to sort of like the Short Creek cult. That's
because people go like, whoa, how does Cody have like all these wives, all these kids, and afford to take care of them?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just because they know how to maneuver the system to benefit, to help where they, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that I don't think that he's on any of the birth certificates. Maybe his first kid, I don't know. But to be able to adopt, right? If you're going to adopt and they went back and they're like, you have 17 children. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You can't, what?
So I guess it's called Bleeding the Beast, and it's an actual thing. The Short Creek cult had this down to a science, apparently.
Oh.
Okay. So I think that's the Short Creek people are the Warren Jeffs cult people. And so yeah, so they, I guess that makes sense. All right, well, there we go. There's your answer. Not independently fact checked by the Fraudcast. So then we get flash to Christine saying every word that's coming out of his mouth hole is confirming her decision.
You're right. He's talking in circles and not making sense. I'm like,
and she
okay.
Can't, and then she cannot conceal her joy when she's telling him that she's going to get the fuck out. Like she's like giggling practically as she's saying this, and then he goes, "Oh, but Mary, right? Like Mary could do this. Why couldn't you?" Type of thing. Like stay married because and then Christine laughs, and it's probably because she was surprised that Cody actually remembered Mary's name, but
right.
But she's like, no, and then she breaks down like, okay, she breaks down. So she breaks down like in tears and stuff, and she's like, I hate being married to you because I'm not important to you, and I can't stand seeing you be super husband to Queen Robin. Right? She's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be around here. I don't have a marriage with you that you want to be with me, and I don't want to be with you. You don't want to be with me. Let me go. And he's like, I can't let you go because I can't lose. Right. And so that's how the episode ends. So, to be continued on the next episode. So they discuss it more then. So, thoughts?
I mean, I said most of them.
Okay.
I hope that with this season, it's actually going to give us a conclusion. Like, change sucks. Like a selfish part of you when you're watching the show goes, well, I don't want that dynamic to change. I don't want a sister wife to leave. I want them to work out. But I don't think that they were built to work out.
Well, and she's kind of realizing this, right? Like that, as marriages break down. I mean, there's not the first marriage in the history of marriages where it breaks down in this fashion, right? And she's just not going to stick around for it anymore. And then there's this whole, I mean, it infuriates me about Cody, and the next episode will infuriate you even more because he's talking about, how much he doesn't really like his kids and being with them, and he'd rather throw money at somebody else to watch them than hang out with them because he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Or doesn't like them or whatever. But like this whole idea that like he doesn't like Christine. He doesn't want to be with her. He's the one that told her he didn't want to have sex with her. She's realizing, okay, I'm not okay with this and wants to leave, but he can't, even though he doesn't want her. He doesn't want to let her go because then he would be quote unquote losing, right?
Right. Well, a portion of that sweet TLC money goes with her because she gets her own show. She gets cooking. She gets all her stuff.
I made those notes actually that, oh God, are you listening? Because her living, a single Christine.
TLC is going to take advantage and do like TLC Finding Love, or not TLC, Christine Finding Love. We're going to have the single life Christine version.
Yeah, but see, Sister Wives is more of a draw for them, like a higher tier show than 90 Day is for them, I think. So I don't know. I think she might get a little bit better treatment than like straight to Facebook, YouTube kitchen.
No, I think she'll actually get her own show. I mean, I think that they will do something. I was just kind of laughing with TLC. I was like, what if this is all some made up storyline and they're only letting Christine leave out of the storyline because they want to introduce a new younger wife?
Oh my God.
Come on. If she leaves, Cody's going to be like, the dynamic isn't there. I need 4 of them, so I'm going to look for another one.
Oh,
and Robin's going to be knocked off her fucking pedestal. No, go to someone. And he's going to bring back this fucking bombshell.
Oh my God.
Who has no clue what she's getting into.
And then we're going to cross it with Seeking Sister Wives and 90 Day Fiance. And it's going to be a whole big mess.
Oh my God. He's like, oh my God, Cody would do that. Cody would do that. He's like, I met a girl in Belize.
Oh no. God, we're going to bring her into the family. And then Robin's going to be like, oh, she's not getting my nanny.
What does the nanny do? Oh, no. We know what the nanny does. I'm serious. The nanny's new sister wife.
Nanny's the new sister wife, isn't she?
She's already there. She knows the kids. They love her.
She's there. She's familiar with those red plastic fake leather couches.
She's probably wiped them down many times.
Oh, God. Ew.
I'm being bad. All right. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, and that's it. That's all we got. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.